This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Two teams that met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. They're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40. This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. throwing now. Jackson on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
At the 25-yard line.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
He was brought down by...
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Mark Ingram. 67 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
For the extra point.
They're the favorite, no question. And when they score like that on the opening drive to set the tone, you're the underdog on the other bench. That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't bring the home crowd into it, because you're counting on that to be a part of your equalizer, ride their momentum. But you have to give them something to cheer for. So now what you're worried about is they're better than we are. We can't get going. Are we about to get blown out?
Good news, still a long way to go. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go, defense. And here we go.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
Saquon Barkley.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Steps out of bounds.
They tried to get the edge there, no edge to be found.
Yeah, and when you're trying to set the edge, trying to control either the defensive end or the outside linebacker, if you don't, that allows the defense to string a play out all the way to the sideline. And know what the sideline gives you as a defender? An extra guy. You go from playing with 11 to playing with 12, and it worked out well for the defense there.
Fighting to stick, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Calais Campbell able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Fielded at the 33. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Might be it right there. I think that's the lucky one, y'all.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Finish up. Check, 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 check.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
He's across midfield.
The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell.
A gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him.
No gain on the play.
Here's Jackson to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first down carry for Barkley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Matt Judon there on the stop. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Six nothing our score after 1.
With the score, Ravens 6, Giants nothing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. It's Daniel Jones finding Evan Ingram. And the Giants have tied it here, and they can take the lead if they hit the PAT. Graham Gano on for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes the score Giants 7, Ravens 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Hill on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
A gain of 3.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
24 yards.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Baltimore.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
Mark Ingram.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
1st down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Now a man who played his final season at nearby Rutgers. It's Gus Edwards. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down at the 19-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Quick slant to Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Ravens have retaken the lead.
Justin Tucker lining
I know
up.
these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
For Baltimore.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead.
For the extra point.
And the lead is now 2.
Kick is good. Makes the score Giants 14. Ravens 12. Set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson out to his left. And that will be incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
31-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
He was brought down.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. 36, 36. No.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Good. Makes the score Giants 21. Ravens 12.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. On 2nd and 7, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come out in the pistol. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Again, we'll see the pistol here. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, 18, right here.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. In your face. 58 to Mike, 58.
Now Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
For Saquon Barkley, incomplete. It's 4th and goal at the 3.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Returning it, Justice Hill. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check, check. Lucky.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
The tackle made at the 40.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Defense, keep it up, guys. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Check 4.
On second down, Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Third down and 6.
Here's Jones on third down. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 42. 17 yards and a giant first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Jones now throwing on first down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jones toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
And a Raven first down.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
First down.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
It'll be a loss of 13 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Judon there on the stop. 4 yards on the pickup.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
29-yard line.
Throwing Jones. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will be out of bounds as the third quarter comes to an end with an INT. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. After the interception, here's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 55 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
For the extra point.
So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
You'll forgive me if I get excited about what we just saw there, won't you? I know I'm supposed to be neutral here, but those were terrific plays back-to-back defensively. They know what the mission is. They've got to force a punt here if they want to have a chance to win the game.
They absolutely do. Steps 1 and 2 done. Now they need this 3rd step. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Matt LaFleur, some confidence in his offense. His guys going here on 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. On the counter, Ingram. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The tackle made at the 44.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Ravens.
Jackson to throw. It's complete to Snead. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Throwing now is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That catch good for only a couple. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Now Jackson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He's back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Here's Jackson. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
It's
3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing line?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Giants are going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call? Is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. This is out quickly to the right. There goes Sterling Shepard. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.